Sonic Beats.
Hey, welcome back to Bear Island. Back again with Peyton. So Peyton, I
Hit me with it, Bow Island.
want to ask you a question. Did you watch the NBA Finals?
I haven't watched the NBA since 2012.
Okay, so funny thing happened to me. I was
Who played? Can you inform me real quick?
well. That
I'm
is
sorry.
something.
Okay.
That is something
skipping
I
forward?
did not know until
okay.
I realized that it was over. I actually got a text. And someone used it unironically, like, you know, we're asking about like when people have some availability, we're gonna get together as a group. And one of the guys said, yeah, you know, like the finals are over now, so I'm good in the evenings. And I was like, oh, is that over?
When did the season start? When did that happen?
Hey, I know when basketball starts, but NBA has been trash for a while. But I was like, oh my God, like, yeah, that was happening, and it's over.
Like, that's a big deal.
Like he was so like, woof, I'm glad that's over. Now I can actually hang out with people. And I was just like, oh, you watched
I constantly forget there's people who like watching NBA basketball.
Like, if I watched NBA basketball, it would only be in the playoffs. But I haven't really watched NBA basketball in ever since like Derrick Rose won like the MVP or something like
Good
that.
days. Good
And
days.
I just, I'm just not into it. Like, I'll watch college basketball, but the same thing with college basketball. Like,
March Madness.
like if someone offered me like, hey, Bo, we're gonna go to the Purdue game. Do you want to? I got a ticket. You want to come? Like, I'm like, yeah, cool. I
sure.
could go hang out. You
Yeah.
know, have a good time with buddies and go to a Purdue game. But like, I don't keep track of college basketball until February, and the reason it's February is because all the conference championship tournaments are happening. So that's kind of fun.
Yep.
And like, I'll watch that because that means something. And then March Madness, and I love March Madness. Yeah. But like, honestly, like, yeah, until I don't even think about that until after football.
I think there's occasional games I'll check out, like if it's like Duke and North Carolina are ranked and they play each other.
If there's
or
a
like Purdue
particularly big
IU
game.
is fun always.
Like if Purdue was Purdue was number 1 last year,
Yeah.
and then like they were playing like number 2.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd go over to someone's house, hang out, watch a good time, but like
Not by myself.
No. I'm not watching that. I got way too many games to play and stuff to watch and things to do. But like, no, like especially during football season, I am so entrenched with football season that like I don't have the room. I don't have the space for to keep track of the starting 5 of any Big Ten team.
This
like
is my
I
off season, man.
I was about to say, that's why it works for me, because after the Super Bowl, after February hits, like, cool, I'll give you the attention because now I have it back. I have it back. But
Well, I think whoever finds this video in the wilderness out there, whoever's algorithm blesses them with us on their timeline, I just want to say that we talk about a lot of nerd stuff on here, but like we love sports. We don't talk about it a lot, but we're not exclusively nerds. Like, we watch a lot of football. We've all in our family played sports, okay? Like we love to participate in the athletics. We don't like the NBA. And it's not like, oh yeah, look at these nerds talking about sports and oh, of course they hate sports. No, like basketball sucks. I hate watching the NBA, and there's a reason behind it. It's because I hate the way the game's played now. I hate watching NBA basketball. I hate the style. I hate the lack of defense. I hate the idea of earning fouls throughout your career, like putting in your time so you earn those fouls, or like just the softness of it. I hate it. I hate everything about it. And that's why I think we both prefer college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Is because, I mean, it's a little touch and go sometimes, but for the
more
most
fun.
part, you let them get in there a little bit. They're playing better defense. I don't know.
It's and not to mention, it's
better environment.
It's how I can understand people loving baseball, and baseball's not like watching baseball. Like I used to play baseball, and that was fine. But watching baseball,
wait! You played baseball?
Yeah, I played a little baseball. I stopped to be it because, so I was a pitcher, and you could only pitch like once every 4 or 5 games, and
what?
yeah, we had a rotation. We had a
man.
rotation like 4 or 5 pitchers, and when I wasn't doing that, I was, sometimes I was put on first, but mostly I was in outfield, and I hated outfield. It was the worst, man. And it's not like first base was so much more fun, but baseball was never really clicked for me. But watching it is the absolute worst.
Oh, I hate it.
It is so terrible. And this is coming from a guy who likes to watch the last day of golf. I love Sundays of major tournaments. I love them. I think it's fantastic. But I don't have to give my full attention to that. And
right,
it's a different vibe.
Well, Bo, is there anything better in this world than throwing on a PGA tournament and watching the first 2 holes and then eating a large meal with your family and then passing out through the next 9 holes and then waking up to the exciting part at the end? There's nothing better.
Sounds perfect.
There is nothing better in this world.
Baseball would be a lot more fun to me if it was 3 innings and not 9. I went to Wrigley Field to watch the Cubs. I got some family in Chicago. And it was a wonderful experience. It was so cool. I had fun at the bars outside. I had fun for the first 3 innings of the game. And then it was just hot and awful.
Really?
It was hot, awful.
You were done after that.
I was done. I shut her down. And then 8th inning hit. And Cubbies started putting up some runs, and so I started getting back into it.
That is a long time.
Yeah, Cubbies ended up winning. And then after the game, because the Cubs won, everyone was pretty jacked up, and we had a great time. All in that area just went around and just hung out, and everyone was cool and had a blast. So before and after the game was fantastic. It was a great atmosphere, awesome. Just does.
That's funny. I have a similar experience with that. I've only watched 1 MLB game ever, all the way through, from beginning to end. 1. And it was when the Cubs won the World Series.
And
it was the last game, the game that won them the World Series. That was one of the most electric sports. Game. How would I say this? One of the most electric, just things I've ever seen.
No, I loved it. And not to mention, they broke the curse. It was the curse of the Bambino.
Yeah, and it was an exciting game. The entire game.
Oh no, never mind. That was the Red Sox.
No. There was entire inning. There was a lot of points, a lot of runs being put up, and I was jacked. There were stakes. The thing is, you don't get that often. You don't get a lot of Game 7s for the national championship
not to mention
with the Chicago Cubs.
So listen to this: baseball would be tons better if you cut the innings down. Those games should be no longer than at least 2 hours. If you're longer than a longer movie, then it's just too much. It's 2 hours is enough. 2 hours is enough of baseball. Give me football all day. But
I'll watch football straight.
But that, and they need to cut the season down to 60 games. They need to cut
how many games are they at?
107, 180.
Dude, that's insane.
180 games.
That's insane to me. I will never.
They
understand.
need to just chop off 100 games. And not to mention, baseball's become such a regional sport. But that's the thing is if the Cubbies do not play, I am not interested. And that's the way a lot of the country is oh, okay, so if you're in Cincinnati and you're a big Reds fan and then the Reds are out, then all of a sudden you find yourself less likely to be into what's ever happening in the playoffs. And the good thing about like football's not that way. Like I could watch, I don't care what team's playing in the playoffs. I'm usually watching that game.
Yeah, no, NFL football. I'm watching every Thursday night game. I'm watching every Monday night, unless it's like
but not to mention the
I mean,
games are fun, and that's the thing is I used to find basketball, like NBA, pretty fun, but just like I just don't have a whole lot of players like I can root for. And again, basketball, there's too many games. Like you don't want to watch anything because with basketball, literally, there's only like every year like 4 teams that could possibly win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I just don't. And not to mention, like, the Pacers. I like the Pacers. I've been to a few Pacers games, been to a few Pacer playoff games, and that's fun. But, like, unless it was, like, the year 2004 was, like, the last chance we had to even think about winning a championship, and we blew it by beating the hell out of the other team's crowd. And... But, like, that's it. Like, the Pacers haven't even sniffed it since that.
Hey, well, you know, you had those 3 years in a row where LeBron James beat us every year for 7 games. They'd always Paul George would always drag us along for about 7 games.
Yeah, we had no chance of winning the championship. None of those teams had a chance of winning the championship.
I believed. I did.
Yeah, no, you would because, again, I appreciate your, optimism there, but no, we had 0 chance. And that's the thing. Like, it was fun. But like, like it just, ugh.
See, like,
it's just no shot.
And
you knew
it stopped being
team
fun. I think it stopped being fun. It's too predictable. That's what I love about the NFL, especially last year, and I think going into this year, is that there's so many good teams. There are so
I tell you
many
what,
good teams.
Like this year in NBA particular, the Denver Nuggets won. I think this was the first time the Denver Nuggets ever won one. But like it surprised some people, and then those people will say, "Oh well, hey, the Denver Nuggets won this year, and that was surprising." And it's just like, no, the exception does not make the rule. Like usually, you have a good idea who's going to win or be eligible to win the championship in the season, and so you watch, you watch it. In the playoffs, I kind of kept track of it, like maybe the first couple rounds, but then I was just like, you know what, this isn't.
No, I just don't get invested.
No, I'm not invested
at all.
Not invested.
And I don't like.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about football when we get into football season. Oh my God,
I will review every single game. Except if that game is like the Browns versus the Dolphins or something like that.
Believe me, you have no idea right now. I want to talk about how Dalvin Cook was released, and
Dalvin Cook was released, and now he's looking for D-Hop to maybe go into a package deal to a team, and everyone's been screaming Kansas City, like, hey, lying.
Do cheap 1-year deals with Kansas City, win a chip, and then go get paid somewhere. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. But I love it, man. I love it. Give me AR-5 for the Colts. Detroit's have a funky new helmet. Some think it looks cool.
Really?
Others think, well, like it's a special helmet.
Oh, it's not like our everyday.
Yeah, it looks like you have a really cool helmet.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah,
no, I've seen it.
No,
yeah.
It looks like you have a really cool helmet, but with an anorexic lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little strange to me. I wouldn't say it was great. Like, the colors
fine.
are cool.
It's fine.
The lion is a little funky. But,
Talk about the culture, man.
Okay. And like, cool. Like, I'm so jacked for football. And maybe it's a delusion that I have that, like, oh, there's so much hope and oh, there's so much parity, but geez, oh, criminy, am I jacked. Especially that AFC is going to be bonkers this year. Bonkers. It's gonna be huge.
Oh no, I'm jacked. I'm jacked for football, and I just think another thing I love is the environment of football. I mean, NFL Sunday really just every week is just, oh my God.
But that's the thing is, like, in football, I can invest like a Sunday.
Sunday.
Like a whole Sunday. And then like a few days, you watch the Monday night game and you watch the Thursday night game. But then it's mostly consolidated into a burst of awesomeness.
Yes.
And it's not just like, oh, well, sometimes they have this. Nope. I'm going to tell you exactly the Colts schedule. They are going to play Sunday at 1 o'clock or Sunday at 4:15. Because we got no primetime games this year.
Really?
Yeah, zero
Colts
primetime
got
games.
zero primetime games?
We do not have any primetime games. So
What?
you're going to see me mostly on CBS at 1 o'clock at Lucas Oil.
Dude, Kirk Cousins would kill for that schedule. Are you kidding me? 1 o'clock Kirk? My Lord.
Oh my gosh. You're getting my giblies all warm talking about this. I just thought it was crazy they released Dalvin Cook. Although they got
Didn't
Madison.
they release Thielen too?
I'm not sure. It's a good question.
I swear they did.
We're going to go do some research and then talk about football.
We're going to do
next
some
time.
research, and then next time we're going to talk about football.
Football. Let's go. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Leave a comment.